Hi guys, Darth Deuce is here back from the Star Wars The Black Series action figure review. Today taking a look at a figure from the new wave of figures from Star Wars The Acolyte Disney Plus series. We've got Jedi Master Soul. These figures are starting to pop up. I had this pre-ordered with GameStop Canada. For some reason, they had him and Yord came out, but then the other three haven't released yet, I guess, or at least when I'm recording this video when I got this figure anyways. Yeah, I pre-ordered Soul. I did actually have Indara on pre-order. I actually canceled her, and I didn't bother pre-ordering the rest. The Acolyte, as of this video, is still ongoing, and I don't hate it like some people do. I definitely don't think it's the best, though, and I would even say it's probably the weakest of the series they've done so far. I still don't think it's terrible. Not like some people are dooming about it, but anyways, I don't want to get into that. I just want to talk about the figure. Because one of the things I do like about the series is Jedi Master Soul. I think he's a cool character, and out of all the figures, he's the one I definitely wanted to get for sure. And then all the rest, I'll probably wait to see if they go on sale, which I imagine they will. I think these are going to be pretty easy to get, unfortunately, or fortunately and unfortunately, I guess, because they all look like pretty good figures, but I just don't think they're going to be super popular because of the series. But I don't usually show packaging, but I want to go over it real quick because this is my first figure I've gotten that is using the new style of packaging that they're doing for Black Series. They have gone back to kind of the more rectangular square box. You don't have that slanted side anymore. It's kind of honestly like a combination of the red and black style box and the mural packaging we've had for the past few years. But we've got here Star Wars The Acolyte. It's in red, which seems pretty fitting for the series. It's hard to see, but the background inside the packaging, it's red, but it actually does have some image detail of like a background of some kind, probably like the Jedi Temple or something. But yeah, Acolyte, you still do have the side image though, which I do like that they kept this. I'm a pretty big fan of these artworks, and Soul looks pretty good there. Interestingly, I think this is lightsaber. I don't know why it's red, but anyways, probably because the packaging's all red. You got another, say that same image, just kind of bigger, and you've got a little write-up there in multiple languages, which I think is the same write-up for all the Acolyte figures, but I'm not entirely sure. But anyways, I'm going to crack this figure open, and then we'll take a closer look. So now I have Soul out of the packaging, and it's honestly a pretty cool figure. And I think all the Jedi figures are going to be relatively similar. I'm not too worried about getting them anytime soon, honestly. But Soul here is really cool. And I think Hasbro is definitely kind of showing off like what they can start to achieve with Jedi figures. And I hope kind of moving forward, we see more Jedi figures, not just from the Acolyte, but from the prequels, the expanded universe, etc. Utilize kind of the design and engineering that these figures, the Jedi figures that the Acolyte are using. But first, taking a look at the head sculpt and the face print here, try to get it looking good. I think it's decent. Honestly, I don't think it's 100% there. I will say I do like it's not very glossy, or doesn't look very glossy to me. It's pretty matte, which is good. I don't like it when the face print looks too glossy. I don't know what it is, just something about it. I don't know if it's the eyes or what. I just feel like it's not 100% there. It's good. Like, it's not like, for the price point and everything, it's not like that bad, but I don't know, something just about it. I'm not sure. I feel like maybe he doesn't have enough sculpted detail in the face. Like, no offense to the actor, but he is an older gentleman, and he does have a rougher looking face. He's got a fair amount of, creases and wornness to his face, I guess you could say. And I feel like a lot of that's just missing in this sculpt. Like, the face sculpt just feels a bit too smooth, maybe. And I don't know if more like shading would have brought out more sculpted detail in the detail of his face, or if they simply needed to do more sculpting work. I'm not sure. Like I said, it's still pretty good, but it's just not 100%. And sometimes these Black Series figures just aren't 100%. The hair looks pretty nice, though. He does have it tied up in that little ponytail there. And it's sculpted pretty well, but there's no additional paint or anything going on as far as I can tell. Obviously, as you can see, he does utilize a soft goods Jedi robe. All the Jedi figures come with one in this wave. That is good. I think all of them are shown wearing the Jedi robes, and honestly, if most Jedi figures, it just should be a default accessory or feature of them. The fabric is pretty nice quality fabric. It's not too thin looking or anything like that. It also fits pretty well over the figure, like it fits over his form pretty nicely. It doesn't feel too oversized for the most part. And you know, Jedi robes usually always have like the larger sleeves anyways. One interesting thing though is the hood. It is actually tied down. I guess you could cut that and then have the hood, but I have seen other videos where they've done that and the hoods look pretty ridiculous. So I assume that's why they did that. So I guess if you want the hooded look, you're kind of out of luck unless you want to try to cut and like do something with maybe putty or something like that, or glue or something like that. But as far as I can remember so far, I haven't seen Soul or any of the other Jedi actually wear their hoods, except for maybe Indara did, but I think all the rest didn't even wear their hoods up ever. I could be wrong though. I can't remember every detail. But yeah, that's something with the figure to keep in mind. But we will remove the cloak, and honestly, there's a good chance I don't even display him with the cloak because I think he has a lot of cool details that the cloak kind of hides. But here he's got the robes here. It is really cool to get some High Republic era Jedi in figure form. I have read some of the books, so I have a bit of attachment to that era, and I really do like the Jedi designs from that era. So you got the nice kind of cream color robe with the more darker color on top. And this torso piece is an overlay, so that is made of a softer plastic. The belt actually has quite a bit of paint apps going on for it. You've got the buckle painted in gold. You've got two different colors of brown, black, some more gold paint for the buttons there, some silver paint, some darker browns for the pouches. A lot more paint than honestly I expect on a Black Series belt. They usually like to omit a lot of that detail. I'm glad they didn't here. It makes the figure definitely look a lot better. And I like these gold painted gauntlets and gloves he's wearing. They look real nice. The right hand is sculpted in a normal gripping hand, and then the left hand can also grip accessories, but they did sculpt it in like a gesturing sort of a finger gesturing pose, or frig, honestly, pretty much a trigger finger almost, but you can kind of use this for different gestures, I suppose. But yeah, you've got the lower tunic. It is made of a decently soft plastic, so it can allow for more articulation, doesn't hinder articulation, and there's a cut on the sides, so you can get the full range of motion. Then the legs are pretty basic. He's just wearing some pretty standard light brown pants and some leathery brown colored boots that could have used a black wash, to be honest, to make them look a little more realistic, I suppose, but they don't look bad. You know, run-of-the-mill Black Series, I would say, in that regard. Articulation-wise, you do have a dumbbell joint in the base of the head as well as the base of the neck, although it is honestly kind of more hindered than you'd expect it to be. He looks down just a little bit. He looks up just a little bit. Only has a little bit of pivot and mostly just rotation, so that's a little unfortunate. Shoulders move out about that far. There is a butterfly joint. You get a little bit of movement there. You know, Black Series figures aren't known for their great butterfly joints, but at least he has a bit of motion there. And then you can rotate. Single hinges at the elbows that move past 90 and they rotate, which is good. And both wrists swivel and have up and down hinges, which is good for lightsaber poses. It does have the waist joint that is hidden underneath the belt lower tunic overlay. It rotates. It does pivot a little bit, goes back a bit, crunches forward just a little bit. Hip joints, they split that far. You can kick forward about that far. Doesn't really go back too much. There's a swivel cut at the thigh, a single hinge at the knee. I don't believe there's boot cut, no, but you don't really need it with a knee cut, really. There is a hinge at the ankle though. If I can get it to go, it goes up about that far. I don't want to force it too much. It goes down a decent amount, and rocker for ankle pivot. So the articulation is pretty good. I don't have too much to complain about. I do wish the neck articulation was a little better, and I mean, the waist articulation could be better as well, but I think that's pretty much a Black Series standard at this point. In terms of accessories, it doesn't really come with a ton of stuff. You saw the soft goods robe already, and then of course he does have to have his lightsaber. This is a new hilt sculpt. It has some paint on it. You got some dark gray, and then you've got a little bit of black detailing, and you've got the blue blade. You can remove the blade, and he does have a peg on his belt there, so you can store the lightsaber. Stores on there easy. But of course, like most people, I will be displaying him with wielding the lightsaber. So I think that looks pretty good. You know, it's a lightsaber. It's not gonna, no groundbreaking stuff, but let's see if I can get him in kind of a cool pose real quick. But yeah, you know, the light accessories is pretty much, you know, run of the mill, what you expect from Black Series at this point. Of course, I would like to see them incorporate interchangeable hands for Jedi figures. At the very least, have the grip hands and then have a set of force pushing or force wielding hands, even if it was just one hand for the left side or something. Anything. I think that would be really nice. I wish they'd start doing that whether they ever will, I don't know. But I'm not gonna do any comparisons because I don't really have anything to compare to. I didn't get any of the figures of the wave yet, so I don't have that, and I don't see much point in really comparing with any other Jedi or anything like that because they're all kind of fairly different. Not much to compare there. Yeah, overall, I do think this is a good figure, pretty solid. Obviously, you know, if you are a fan of the Acolyte, you're probably interested in the wave anyways. But fan of the show, or at least a fan of Soul, I would definitely recommend picking this up. Honestly, if you just want some good Jedi figures and you don't even haven't watched the Acolyte or whatever, or you can disassociate them from the Acolyte, they're honestly, at least this one at least, is a solid just Jedi figure to have in your collection if you want extra Jedi on the shelf. So I do recommend them. Probably recommend waiting, get them on sale. I think all these figures are going to be easy to get and will probably go on discount. So can you keep an eye out for that? But that's pretty much it. Like I said, I might review some of the other figures in the wave eventually. I am going to wait for sales on them probably. I hope they make a Chimera or whatever his name is, the bad guy, because I definitely will buy him. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know anything down in the comments below, and I'll see you all in the next video. May the Force be with you.